Seth Rogen is the recently appointed head of the fictitious Continental Film Studio, struggling to balance a quest for big profit movies and more quality driven films in Apple TV's satirical, well-crafted and often good comedy series, The Studio. The most notable thing about The Studio is the way it looks and sounds. The show is presented with plenty of film grain, long takes, moving cameras and a frenetic score from the person who scored Birdman, one of the many comparisons to be made with that film. This means The Studio is stylistically unlike many other TV shows in terms of its visuals, focus and pacing. In fact, it looks and sounds much more like a movie. The show is very fast, brisk and punchy with the jokes. It can be a bit of a challenge keeping up with everything at certain times, but it highlights the stress and emotions of the characters and their activities very well. It also makes The Studio a very edgy seat affair, which is uncommon for TV comedies. This is a comedy show at its heart, and that means it must be funny. This is where The Studio is a little more all over the place. At times, it's hilarious. An episode all about the challenges of establishing a long single take shot is the highlight. But sometimes the comedy is a little too slapstick and goofy, occasionally reminding us that this is an almost farcical take on the real world. It's fiction. Some of the characters, for example, are a little outlandish and exaggerated, but it works for the most part. Thematically, The Studio is all about the love and passion of films and movies, both in terms of their production and consumption. It's a show created by people who clearly care about the topics they're exploring. While their views and messaging aren't the most original or unique, The Studio does a great job at establishing them, while also at times showing a more balanced oppositional viewpoint that movies are in fact made for money. The cast is great. Seth Rogen is at his best here, playing a studio head who means well, but struggles with balancing what he wants and what he needs in terms of his job. Catherine O'Hara is good as his experienced mentor figure, delivering the goods as per usual, and Ike Barinholtz is a scene stealer as the producer trying to make a name for himself. Naturally, a show set in Hollywood, especially a near world accurate version of it, needs some big names and faces to show up. The supporting cast and cameos throughout The Studio are fantastic, and it's damn well impressive that the makers have managed to get so many. It adds to the show, helping ground it a little bit, and it works to highlight some of the themes and messaging they're going for. The Studio is another good show from Apple TV+. At times, it's great. The cast is great, the show looks, sounds and flows like Birdman, with constant beat, long takes and sequences and a classic filmic look to it. It's very stylish. The comedy mostly works, but sometimes it veers into silly, goofy territory, and not every episode feels totally essential or groundbreaking in terms of its purpose or messaging. But this is a fun, entertaining time with something deeper to say. It's a must watch.